Good afternoon, everyone. And if you are in the United States, happy Labor Day. I know that we're supposed to be taking the day off, but just can't. We schedule our coffee talks for the first Monday of every month, and it just so happened to fall on Labor Day. So we're here to actually talk about kind of the holidays and how to prepare for the holidays, whether it be Christmas or maybe an anniversary with your client and all of that. Hello, Jenny, Michelle, and Amy. So today, because of the holidays, we have a little bit different setup instead of our big round table because not everybody can make it. Anita Hug Jones has agreed to join me on screen and be my special guest. So let's find you, Miss Anita. How are you guys doing? Hi, Rachel, everybody. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Anita. Oh, I just saw Lisa in
Hello.
the background. Hi, Lisa.
I got my kids in the background. Yes.
Because it's a holiday. We're really not supposed to be working, but
Oh, we're
sometimes
always
we
working.
can. Yes, exactly.
It's always working. Love working.
Hi, Heather and Ruth and Brianna and Angelic and Tina and another Anita and Josie. Oh my gosh. It says good morning from Australia. I love that.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes. So today, Anita and I are the hosts of Coffee Talk. And it's on, I'm not sure if this is an international holiday or just a US holiday, but we are on a holiday today. And actually, our hot topic
My
is,
kids.
I did not
I
just do
know,
that.
is talking about how we prepare for the holidays. And some of that is balancing what our
Kids
family
and
life is and all our stuff with our kids, our salon, and all of that. And so um, we're going to stay focused
Water
or try to stay
everywhere.
focused
focused. I'll try. I'll try. But my
on
kids love to be a part of
holiday,
this, so.
No, there's
on
stuff
holiday
downstairs.
preparation. And
Right.
so, Anita, I'm going to start with you. What do you
Okay.
do? You are a salon owner and a distributor. So, what are the
Yeah.
things that you start now to prepare yourself for like Christmas?
Okay. So a couple things. The one thing I do is I actually start with a notebook, and I will tell you. I have this. This actually is my daughter's that I stole. I bought it for her and I took it because it's nice and thick. So I start with my holiday. So I start with October. So October is when I start getting ready for the holidays because October seems to be a very quick month where if you have kids, your September is slammed by getting back to school with paperwork and just getting into the groove. So I find September shot. Like it's basically so structured around getting kids into a rhythm and us back into a rhythm and clients back into a rhythm with no kids around. So that's not a good month. It's a good month to maybe mentally think about what you want to do and get ideas. But then by October, I have my checklist. So September, I think of ideas. So September, I'll start with, okay, I'm thinking of what theme I might want for decorating or what products I might want to. So I'm doing a lot of searching in September. So September, I start like a lot of distributors will come out with their promotions for holidays. They'll come out with the colors that they're coming out for the fall, the winter, and their holiday collection. All three of those will start coming out, and they'll drizzle into that month, and you'll get those. You'll start getting your flyers for. Some distributors do like 3 months. They do September, October, November. Some will do quarters, and then some will just do here's October, here's November, and they start giving you all those sales. So you can start laying out like, okay, X product is on sale in September. I'm going to bulk up on it. And, so I look at all my sales. I write the companies down. I see what I want to get. And then basically I make a checklist. That's like the biggest thing that works for me. And because I've been a salon owner for 20 years now, and what's worked for me, I've gotten to the point now I just bulk buy. Even when it was just me, because my shop changed after I got sick. I still bulk buy no matter what. So whether you're a single technician or a salon, I bulk buy no matter what. And then I can do the breakdowns, and Amy's got a great class on that. So if you want more details on that, definitely check out profits in
So,
your pockets.
yeah.
So beginners, I start here. This is basically my list. I start with my back bar. So my back bar would be all of my gallons on whether you're doing salon and hair, you can buy things in gallons, or whether you're doing nails. So we'll stick with nails. I will buy all large sizes. So my top coats, my base coats. If you do dipping, I buy all of your steps 1 through 4 are now coming in bigger sizes, and I back them all up.
Yeah.
So I start my back bar list. I start with my retail list. Okay, so what do I really want to focus on this year? And for me, and it's never changed, guys, in 20 years. It's always Cuccio butter. Never
Oh,
changed. In
yeah.
fact, there's been an article in Daystar magazine about that. Never changed. That's the one thing you'll see. I have 20 deep of 8 flavors. It's I I always tell people, if you don't like it, you could take my shot from me, because I guarantee you're going to love it. It's like I've never brought another product into my salon, not another lotion. So that just tells you that's it.
Yeah.
So if you guys need
Yeah.
Cuccio and you want information on it, talk to me. So I stock up on my retail, and then I'll do color saves. So then I'll get little baggies. So what I'll do is I'll get up like a plastic bag, and I'll do 3 flavors, or I'll do a scrub and a butter. And so I'll start packaging my retail. So I'll come up with that. Then the next thing I do is I'll do the inventory on my desk. So what do I need on my desk? Like, so if I'm doing dips all day long, I know I need to have smaller bottles because the necks might get glued down. So I need 2 of these deep. One thing that I've learned through the years, that to make my life easier through the holidays, is that I don't have to run to a distributor. Like, I just have everything right there in my back room, and I'm just ready. So if a problem comes up, boom, nothing's holding me up. I go right to my back room, and I just pick it off my shelf, and I pluck it right into my desk. So I double up on everything. So if you're doing genre, I will have 2 base coats, 2 pinks ready to go. Like, I'm ready. And
Yeah.
then the next things that I do too, um, is I think about what client gifts I want to get. And then me and Amy, we've got a great topic on that we can come back to. But so client gifts, whether, whatever item you decide you want to pick, I come up with that, and I start searching my pricing. I see who's got what I want, who I can work with. So I map that out. Then the next thing I do is I go to my book. So I have a cloud base. I use Millennium, and which is wonderful because I can actually take my tablet with me to a show or anywhere I go. I can go distribute, and I can pick up my back bar, and it'll tell me what I have on hand, how much I've used of it, how low I am, and it's just a full report. And I can do it right from my phone, which is just like sweet. So I'll then block off times. If I happen to know by then, usually by October, you get the school list. So I'll know like school concerts, their breaks, days off that they have, and if I don't have daycare or whatever for my kids. I mean, my kids are teenagers now, but if I needed to mark off those times, I now do that. And then some people extend their times, right? So like me, I take the summers off because I'm up at the lake. Now I'm not up at the lake. I mean, I could snowmobile, but I don't. I'll extend my schedule. So I add that to my schedule. So I do, and then I'll book off. What are you off? Do you add a couple days to your Thanksgiving? Do you take, Halloween off? Do you do, big one for me is like, do you work Christmas Eve? Do you work the day after? Do you and you have to really know your area. Like for me in New York, and because I'm in a business district, there's 40 of us on one street, we all shut down the day after Christmas. So it was not worth it for me to ever open unless you were paying me double to come in. And I'm like, yep, I'm coming in. So, those were things that, through the years I've learned, you know what I mean? So those, like, look at your books, go back and say, okay, you know what? I came in a couple years last year for the day after Christmas, and it didn't really work out for me because it was not profitable. So
Yes.
booking, knowing your booking, and then, I'm probably a hound puppy in my salon, and that is I make sure every single person books right when they leave, because I am not going to sit at my desk and be like, let's take 15 minutes out of my time and rebook the next 3 months. No, that should be happening right now. If if you want to take that time, because, you know, September gets a teeny bit slow for a couple weeks, take those times and be like, let's book you all the way through.
Yep.
And that way, when you're stressing for time because we're one right after the other, you're actually going to be like, okay, good. Cash them out the door. Cash them out the door. So,
Yeah.
and then, you know, selling, I sell right at my desk. I don't sell right at the retail center. I sell right at my desk. Then my front end girl closes the sale for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a list,
So
checklist.
you're a distributor. How, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I know the answer, but I want to make sure.
Okay.
So you're a distributor, so you know kind of what's coming out next or what's going to be the next season's topic, or even right now for even 2020, because
Right.
you go to the distributor shows where the
Right.
manufacturing companies are there. You make appointments with them and find out what's new, what's going to be promoted,
Exactly.
what's going to be the sale price, what's going to be the hot thing. And so I'm guessing that's how you know how to set up your distributorship to know how to sell to the salons. Is
Yeah.
that part of that?
Yeah. And actually, it's crazy. We find that out in the end of July at Cosmoprof. So during the summer, we know. We know what fall's coming out with. We get the color collections for, like some companies do just a holiday collection, and then some people do like a glitz, you know, whether it's just like
Mhm.
your glitters and stuff like that. So we get to know all of the palettes right then and there. We also find out the new launches. So whatever new is going to be hitting the market for the season, like for example, Cuccio came out with my favorite butter is now into a bronzer, and it's now in a tube. So like that's the hot thing because our tans are ending. We want to keep them.
Mhm.
So that's coming out for the holidays because you want that beautiful glow for your holiday party. So we get all of these things in the summer, and then we as distributors get to decide what you want to do with it. I like to
Mhm.
put things together to make it easier. So tip, a really big tip that I would say is really get to be friendly with your distributor or your sales rep, because let me tell you,
Just
it
gonna say,
pays off.
yes,
It
yeah.
pays
And then
off.
you get free things or you get a trial
Yeah, oh
thing to
yeah.
try. It's important
Or
to know your
yeah,
distributor, not just buy, from Amazon and some of these eBays and stuff like that, because it's
yeah.
not the same
Yeah.
connection.
And we get extra stuff. And sometimes we want feedback. And it'll be like, hey, I'm going to give you this butter. Will you give me a feedback? Will you actually write me a great review on this and tell me the pluses and the minuses? And I'm giving you a free product. So
Yeah,
you don't get that if you don't have a relationship with us.
yeah.
I mean, Amy, how many times have I sent you stuff? I'm like,
I
check
know.
this out.
I'm
Check this out.
actually going to show something today as an idea to show how to upsell during the holiday. So you've covered scheduling, which was the same thing I would do. I already
Yep.
have, you guys know I still do a written book. And I
Yep.
have my dates and holidays and all of that stuff already marked off. And then I
Yep.
gave myself additional time. I want to go Christmas shopping. I want
There
to
we
go to
go.
the
Yeah.
next town, which is Billings, Montana, and do, Black Friday sales. I want to go
Right.
do these things. And it's important to have that time, like what you said, school concerts for our kids and all of that, and
Yeah.
sports. And so if those are already marked off, then you have that struggle of, oh gosh, I already put a client in there, but this is my
Right.
child's, band concert. If you know those
Exactly.
in advance, you don't feel guilty and you can tell the client, I'm sorry, I don't have any evenings available that week, but you know what, I'm going to make an exception because of that, and I'm going to work on Saturday or whatever. And you know
Right.
your schedule, so there's no
Right.
anxiety with that.
Right.
Also remember, I'm not good at this, but I'm going to preach it. Either for mark off extra time for your clients, an hour and a half, because of holiday weather.
Yes.
Sometimes the clients can't get there on time. If they are
Yep.
late and 5 minutes late, it can affect your whole day. So if you are in holiday mode and you're booking, you're never going to catch up all day. It affects you the whole day. So either mark off longer appointments or mark off a lunch that you could
Lunch.
kind of run into and then
Yes.
restart the rest of your day.
Yes.
Important.
Absolutely.
And eat.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
all
I
about it.
know. Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta have the food. Well, for me, you gotta have your coffee. Stock up on
Well,
coffee.
it's a
Or train
must.
your
And
clients.
then
Either
for
one.
clients,
Amy's got her
evening
clients
clients, you can
trained.
switch it.
Yeah.
They are trained. Yeah.
They are
Okay.
trained. Yeah.
So you've talked back bar and buying a little bit more in bulk, so that you can get
Yep.
through the holidays. Plus, you get more uses out of the bulk and a better buy.
Right.
We've talked about your desk inventory and the retail. So one of the things that I wanted to kind of bring up was do not discount your work for your clients during the holidays. Do not do it. Yes, I agree. A big X. So
No.
here is what I do to be able to give to my client for the holiday that is going to turn around into it coming back to
Mhm.
me rather than, okay, for instance, if I bought a coffee card for all of my clients, I'm spending what, $3, $4 for each card to give them. I'm just handing them money.
Right.
Okay. But
Right.
guess where the business is going? To the
To
coffee shop.
them. Right.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. They're going to get that coffee, not with you, not enjoy that coffee with you. So therefore, where's the gift in that? Okay. Or they're going to hand the card to somebody else and now it's somebody else's gift. Sometimes we've gotten into this thing where we feel like we always need to give them a cuticle oil. Okay. These
Mhm.
are now costing us $1.50 to $2 each, and we're buying them in bulk to hand to the client. The client uses this for about 6 months. We tend to buy the back stock, refill it for them for free halfway through the year. This is a continuous gift. And yeah, it might
Right.
have only cost us a couple dollars, but do they really remember as a Christmas gift 6 months later? Do they
No.
really cherish it as being pampered? Because you know what? They need this anyways. You should be selling this to them. This is a retail item, not a gift item. So here is what I think you can do to come back. Now, Anita, you sent this to me in a gift
Mhm.
box. Hi, Anita's hubby.
Oh God.
Hi, Brian. Okay,
Oh, my world
so
is so crazy.
but this is why we're talking about this topic today. Is it's so important to schedule for family around the
Right.
holidays and all that. Okay, so
Right.
you sent me these keratin socks. I don't know why I haven't opened this yet because I keep thinking that I want to do it as a demo and show do a whole before. This is my feet now.
And
This is
then this
after
is
the socks.
after. Yep.
I'm always doing like a review kind of thing. So this is something that's how much does this cost for, because you're the distributor, do you distribute these?
Yeah, they're like $1.50.
Okay, same thing as that oil, but a one-time pamper treatment that they've never had before that you can retail in your salon that they use one time. Now they're going to remember that from you. You know that they're going to be a result of this and some sort of a softness that's an all-in-one foot treatment.
And it's for both men
Then
and women.
there you go. Then they come back and buy it as stocking stuffer. So now you've turned your gift into something else that they're going to come back for. So it's
Correct.
upselling what you have in the
Upsell.
salon.
Right.
And
So
it's not
that's
something that's going to last them 6 months. It's something
right.
that is a one-time pamper and it's going to bring them back to
Right.
you for more.
Right.
That is the huge part of that. The
And
other
if
thing,
you go to your distributor and say, "Look at, this is what I'm trying to do." Like for me, I do like the Cuccio mini butters. Like if you wanted to say, "Okay, this is what I'm going to give as a gift to my clients," and you start talking to your distributor, that could then say, "Well, let me find out for you." You can then have them call the manufacturer and be like, "Look, she wants to give 300 pieces away from her salon, and then she wants to bring it in for retail." I guarantee, like me as a distributor, I'm going to work a deal out for you.
oh,
So, you know what I mean? Take the
yeah.
initiative. If it's not on sale, make it work for you.
Mhm.
Contact your distributor and say, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking. Can you give me a better price?" And
Yeah.
they'll call the manufacturer and they'll see if they can't bring that down to you.
I've it happens. She's telling the truth. Like this really does happen. You just have to
Right.
make that phone call. So
Right.
Sherry says, I don't give those anymore. They won't even buy them.
Right.
I have an idea for you then. For you as a tech, maybe you can't afford to go buy $100 in $1 items. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe you're to the point where you're like, you can't discount your $5 off for their service because you're losing $5. And if you do 6 clients that day, that's $30 that's out of your pocket. That's a whole
Right.
service. So
Absolutely.
why don't you mark off a little extra time and say, for the holidays, as a thank
Um,
you, I'm going to do a little scrub on you, put a little oil, spend 2 minutes on each hand. So an extra,
yep.
let's say 5 minutes total that you use some of the products that you already have that you don't normally use in that service and you pamper them just a little bit. And then when they leave there, they feel a little bit happier. You were able to pamper them. You gave them those 5 love languages of touch and quality time and all of that and active service. They leave with a great scent on them. that is another way of upselling. Then when they come back, they're like, you know what? I really liked how you ended that service. I want to add that to every time I come back in, or each time that they have extra dry hands, say, you know, I really liked that extra bit, and then use that as an upsell on your menu. It didn't cost you that much. You already have the products and you're not discounting anything. You're not giving them anything extra but the time and the fun of that. So
And
yeah.
follow that up one more step with bringing it back to retail. So if like Cuccio scrub, we have that, exactly what you're talking about, Aim, and then like I hot towel that whole thing. So I'll give you a $1 off, $1, and I'll say if you buy that scrub, which I just used on you, so you gave them a treat, you gave them a coupon to go buy it in retail, and now you've made an extra $17 in your pocket.
Exactly. And you didn't
So
even have to pre-come up with the money because you
exactly,
already had the product.
right, right.
Right. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So
Gail says, do you advertise that? And so the gifts, I don't advertise the gifts.
mm-mm,
It is a gift. It should be a surprise. And so when
right,
your client comes to you, it's a surprise for them that day. If you
right.
advertise it, they expect it. They're going to be like,
Yep.
sometimes we think like, well, what do they want? Or, oh my gosh, I should bring them a gift. They gave me a gift. I should bring them a gift. And then they have guilt.
Mm.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, no.
Do not advertise it. You don't want your client to say, oh, by the way, I'm bringing you a present today. Guess what happens in your mind? You
Yeah.
stop and go, oh my gosh,
What
what can
what
I
do
grab
I
with
have?
my retail to
Right,
go give them? Right.
right,
And so it's a gift, it's a surprise, it's a treat, it's something a little bit added extra. And something like this doesn't take extra time. You're sending them home with this to use.
right,
Something like this they're doing in the salon with you, and you're going
right,
to have to accommodate that little extra of time, but
right,
it's worth it. There's lots of ways to make your clients feel extra special without costing you a fortune of putting swag bags together for every client,
right.
and then they expect that every year,
Yeah.
just like the oil.
And there's also, and I've done this, when I didn't want to spend any money at all, right? So say you're tight, things are, you're just getting whatever the situation is. And I've done where I've taken pretty paper and I've literally wrote a thank you prayer. And
Oh
I rolled it up and I put a beautiful bow on it. And I actually gave that to every single one. And I said, I don't say it enough, but thank you for you coming in every day and keeping my dream alive. And that was it. And I'm telling you, it
yeah,
cost me $5 for 50 papers. That's it. And my
yeah,
ribbon. So altogether, it cost me maybe
absolutely.
$10.
Yeah.
So,
You know, another thing tied into that that worked for my salon for many years. I don't do it anymore, but you just reminded me of that. And so I would do the same thing. I would do a written thank you to my client, and then I would do a Santa wish list that was a blank sheet of
yeah.
all the services that I offered. And
Yep.
then my clients got to take that and hand that to their husband or leave it out
Yes.
somewhere for their kids. And then these are the things that I like. And they would have it checked. And then their
Yes.
husbands would come in.
Oh my
And so it
God.
worked for Mother's Day, it worked for all these holidays. They would come in with this
I did the
checklist and
same
say,
thing.
put this together. My wife
Yep.
wants this. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
I did the
Another
same
thing.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It worked great. In fact, I actually tracked that and we actually made an extra, I think it was almost $900 on that.
Oh my gosh.
That little thing.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
We tracked it. It was amazing.
Yeah. Sometimes husbands need help, and it's
They do.
our
Oh,
job
they do
to
need
help
help.
the wife help the
Yeah.
husband or the
Yeah.
boyfriend or the child, or
Right.
they never know what to get you unless and I'm not good at I want a surprise for my husband, but I can tell you if he needed ideas, I tend to write down like, okay, well, here's like 10 things that I really
Right.
would not buy
Well,
for myself, but
and
I want
the
them.
other thing too, it could like most of the time people are like, oh, well, my wife goes to Anita, you know, they don't know
Yeah.
the name of my shop. It's just Anita. But who's Anita? Where's Anita? And then, Amy, how many Amy nail techs are there in whatever area you're in? I'm just lucky my name is Anita Hug. It's a little different, but they don't know the name of the shop. So I used to make sure that the phone number and the name was on it because that was the big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go through your wife's phone or what, vice versa, I'm sure I'm under Anita. I'm not even under my salon name.
Yeah.
So, it's things like that that you need to know.
Yeah. So
So,
hopefully this quick tech talk, tech talks last an hour.
right.
Coffee
Coffee
talks is a
talks
hot topic, and we try to keep it to 30 minutes,
with
really
coffee.
fast, covering the topic. And today's hot topic was preparing for the holidays. So in the comments, we want you to share what you do. Maybe put pictures of what you do and
Yeah.
help other people prepare, because this is when we need to start thinking about stuff
Right.
now. We need to prepare for that now, because if not, you're doing it in November when people are already buying their
Right.
Christmas presents. You know,
And could be sold out.
my clients come in and they're like, "Oh, just wrapped my last present and it's Thanksgiving weekend." And I'm like, "Psh,
Yeah.
I'm the last minute buyer. So I am the one
Me
that's
too.
out there last minute buying." So anyways, I like the idea of the people who are so structured and scheduled, but we
Hmm.
have to be prepared for them, because those are the people that are going to buy from us continuously. They're the ones that buy the retail. They're the ones that set their appointments in advance. They respect your time. They respect your
Yeah.
product. And that's
Absolutely.
who we want to attract. So yay! Well, Anita, any last thoughts on holiday preparation?
Um, I think the other thing too, I think we get really busy and I think that we feel very guilty if we can't get that client in at hours that we mark ourselves off. So I think if anything, I want to say be kind to yourself. I think there's definitely some things that help you get ready for the holidays, like take that extra half an hour in the morning to, whether it's meditate or whatever little thing you need to do to actually get ready for that day. Whether it's pack your lunch or, make sure you have extra coffee or whatever you need. I think those are some really important things. So even though it's a great time of the year, let's all keep in mind how busy it gets. And we need to be kind to ourselves and do not feel guilty if you can't get that person in. Like, don't let that
Yes.
happen. So
Yeah.
be kind to
Yeah.
you is
And I wish, if you guys go back and find, Becky Bunnell did a video the other day that was kind of talking about, she had posted all over all of her social medias, which her clients are a part of her social media. And she has an email list to her clients. And she actually posted saying, "I am booked for the next 5 weeks. If you miss an appointment, I will not be able to get you in. Please, schedule
yeah,
accordingly, blah, blah, blah." And anyways, it made one of them upset because, of course, she forgot her appointment, and so Becky shared on how to deal with that part of the
hmm,
client, just in case you are that booked out, how to approach them, talk with them, prepare for
right,
that.
right,
My clients are not on my social media. I'm like you, I pre-book them right here. They message me or call me to do that. And so
right,
I don't do a lot of that on social media, but I know a lot of you do. And so if you do, make sure that you're communicating
right,
positively and
yeah,
all of that as well.
right,
So,
yeah,
yay!
yeah. So that's it.
Yep.
And like, guys, share things with us. Maybe we can help you if you're stuck and you're like, okay, I don't have any ideas. What can we do? This is kind of what I retail, and do you have any ideas? And you know, tag either one of us because if sometimes if you leave messages, it's really hard for both of us to get a hold of. But tag our names, and if you want more information on any of the products that I talked about, or how I can help you out with information from the manufacturer itself, let me know. It doesn't matter what state you're in because I'm affiliated with all these companies. I can help you
Mhm.
out. So leave me a message, and if you need help with something, I'm here. But just make sure you tag my name. So,
Yeah,
and I'm here.
perfect. And then one last thing on here, Amanda says, "Last year I gifted a nail brush tied to a candy cane. I don't usually do giveaways unless it later comes back as a retail item." And that I like the idea, but one suggestion that I would have to that is don't give them something that lasts forever.
Right.
Give them something that will
That they
either be a
use.
one-time treatment
Yep.
or something that they'll come back sooner for. Because like I said, they get used to getting a nail brush or a cuticle oil. They have it forever. When's the next time they're going to come in for that retail item?
Yeah.
It's going to be months, if
Yeah.
not years after.
I would actually go into the internet and actually look that up. There's an actual survey, and I didn't do it for this, so I should have had that information for you. There's a survey that when you give a big bottle of something that's free, like how they don't use it, and that when you give little, they will use it. So there's a scenario on that. So
Interesting. It's true.
yeah, yeah.
It is
So
true.
it's all mapped
Yeah.
out. So
I love it so much. Well, Anita, thank you for coming on last
you're so
minute and doing
welcome.
coffee talk with me today. Thank you guys to everybody for, I know it's Labor Day. And like I said earlier, I'm curious, is Labor Day an international holiday or is it something just in the United States that we celebrate? So today is a holiday for us. So thank you for coming on and joining us on hopefully your day off because you
Right.
pre-scheduled this months ago. And we'll go from there. So thanks for joining our coffee talks. We'll see you next month.
Bye bye.